Those were stupid movies. I watched both of them, and I was like,
They were interesting, but
I think I didn't like them because I despise Woody Harrelson. I can't stand him because he's a pothead.
They're like Robin Banks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
When you do with that, people put it in their bank account or something.
All right, so let's see what we got. Group 1, can't follow directions. Yeah. All right, what did y'all try for with the cards? What was you want to get? A heart. Okay, so let's do the theoretical. The theoretical probability of a heart is 13 out of what? So somebody do that in your calculator. Well, that's 1/4, which is 0.25. So how many did you get out of 10 tries?
How many hearts?
Yeah. How many? 3 out of 10, which is 0.3.
I'm sorry, 4. 5.
Okay, start over. 5 out of 10. Which is equal to 0.5, which I would say is very unusual. But do they match? No. Okay, what on the die, what's number or series of numbers did y'all ask for? A 3. Well, a 3 on the die would be 1/6, which is equal to 0.16. Repeating. So what did you actually get out of 10 rolls? How many 3s did you get? 1 out of 10 is equal to 0.10. Again, do they equal? No. All right, group 2. What was your card that you were asking about? Probability of what?
Heart.
A heart? Good God, can't y'all do the same thing?
We're trying to put a little bit love into the world.
Oh, whatever.
All this war and killing going on.
0.25. And what did y'all get? 2 out of 10, which is equal to 0.2. And what number?
2.
And how many did you get?
4.
So as you can see, the probabilities don't equal. And that's why you have Las Vegas. Okay? You got close, but that's only you a hand. Okay? So that's your point. Now, what about Las Vegas? Well, before I talk about Las Vegas, I like to talk to people about something we had long ago, which I hope never comes back, and that's the poker machines. Well, those were the crack cocaine of gambling and the cigarettes of gambling. I mean, the cigarettes of gambling.
Don't they still have those in?
No, I hope not.
I'm teasing, not on school.
That's what cigarettes did to tobacco companies and crack cocaine did to the drug cartels and industry. Poker machines did that to the gambling industry. I mean, it was the crack cocaine. And buddy, I'm glad to see them things go. And I don't mind playing lottery and I don't mind playing Vegas. But them things right there, they were a plague. Anyway, you put a quarter in a poker machine, and if you win, you get more money. But if you they started putting nickel machines in. And if you play nickel machines, you wouldn't win as much money. you're gonna win about half, or why? Because on the quarter machines, the probability of winning was low. In the nickel machines, the probability of winning was what? High. But you didn't win as much what? Money. And that's the way Vegas works. If the probability of picking a king is equal to what? 4 out of what? 52, right? Which is equal to, well, 4 will go into 13 times, 1 over 13. Somebody take your calculator and do, what's 1 out of 13? What does that come out to be?
0.0761.
0.08 or 8%. Vegas would use that as a game. Because for every 100 people that try to play that game, only 8 are going to win. So if you bet $50, 100 people times $50 is $5,000 that the casino takes in, but they only got to pay out 400. Yeah. So what about the probability of picking a heart? Well, we just said that was 13 out of 52, which is equal to 0.25. You can forget that in Vegas, because that's 2,500. And well, you get 100 people bet $50. That's 100 people. It's $5,000. A quarter of $5,000 would be what? Well, 10% would be 250, 250, 1,500 or something like that, or 1,250. That's it, 1,250. And Vegas don't want to give back 1,250. Vegas just wants to give 400 or 500 back, or less. The less, the better. So, if the probability of something is high, or the probability of something is low, the odds against are going to be what? High. Horse race. If you bet on horse race and green jello is one of the horses, and green jello is 5-1, but black skunk is 50-1. If you bet on black skunk, you'll win more money if black skunk wins, because the probability of them winning is very low compared to green jello. So that you're not ever, nothing is what? Free. Okay? Las Vegas and bank companies, banks are not in the generosity business. I don't know how else to say it. They're not in the philanthropy business. They don't want to give away their money. So if you're one of these people that think, oh, I'm going to go to Vegas and I'm going to win $1 million. No, you're not. You're going to go to Vegas and have fun, take $100 down to the casino, play a few games, and walk out. If you get lucky, then you get some money. If you don't go back, because you're not going to win that money. People get me, oh, I'm going to win. I'm going to win. Yeah. And yeah, that's called playing it to enjoy it. That's not playing it thinking you're going to win $1 million.
I've only done it one time, it was just an experience. I took it $120 off.
So, yeah, if the probability is high that you're going to win, then you're not going to win any money because the odds are low. So you're not going to win any money. You're going to win a few dollars, but you're not going to win any money. Right here is where you win money. Now, how do you figure the odds? Well, the odds are real easy to figure. All you got to do is keep everything a fraction. 1. Keep everything a fraction. Until the very end. No, you don't change them ever in odds against and odds over. Okay, second of all, what is the success in the problem? Okay, usually the success is going to be associated with the word win or winner. Okay, a roulette wheel has 48 slots. 50 if you use the double zero and the zero. The rest of them are odd and even numbers. You place a bet to hit an even number. Alright? So at that point in the question, what's the winner? An even number. So your success is the even numbers. So you would do the probability of even numbers, that would be the success. What's the complement of success? I like to say it all the time for my students. Failure. Complement, I still think it's an E. Complement of success is failure. So, how do you find the odds against? Now, I'm not going to do the odds in favor because you never calculate the odds in favor. But the odds in favor is the reciprocal of the odds against. So, I'll write it down for you. The odds against is equal to the probability of failure over the probability of success. The odds in favor, which we don't do, I won't put odds in favor on a test. It might be on your homework, but it's the probability of success over the probability of what? Failure. This one is the one I want you to harp on because that's what I'm going to test you. Now, the problem that I'd like to use is called the roulette problem. The reason I like to use it is because it knocks a lot of people off guard. So let me pull one up off the internet because I don't want to try to find it in this homework because this book probably don't even have it because it's stupid. So let me pull it up.
While you're doing that, I'm gonna tell you, I used to, those machines, I used to have to pay out. And the guy that would come and do the machine that owned it said that they had a guy had a heart attack and died. And the guy wouldn't move from his machine aside until he was done, he sees on moving straight. And then he gets stretcher there to get his body out. I was like, that's really, I've got tons of stories, it's crazy.
My daughter asked me one time, why do people smoke cigarettes? And I told them, I said, well, in the old days, chewing tobacco and cigars and pipes were something that people did after they worked all day, or, you know, it was kind of like a shot of whiskey or a glass of wine. It was just something you did in the evening, and you did it before you went to bed or whatever. and you sat on the front porch and you went to bed afterwards, or you talked, and it was a luxury. I said, but whenever the cigarettes came along, the cigarettes just destroyed the tobacco. It made a lot of money for the tobacco industry, but it destroyed what the tobacco industry was. It was just something as a luxury, just like the poker machines and crack cocaine and meth. People got addicted to it, and it's just awful. All right.
I hope they caught all that dead and it's gonna kill all those bunch.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so glad to see that. All kinds of members who was not like the rain and such.
Hold on a minute. Let me find the bill properly. Can't remember how I looked it up. Let's see if that's it. No, that ain't what I want. Roulette wheel and odds. Okay, Triola. Oh, that's somebody's dissertation. I can't stand when you pull up a dissertation. Oh, sorry. You can't get rid of it. Go away. Okay, I'll just make one up. How about that? Let me go back to my whiteboard. A roulette wheel has 48 numbered slots with 2 slots being 0 and double 0, 0 and double 0, not odd or even. And I need to put 1 through 48 here. 1 through 48. Now, 48 numbered slots. 1 through 48, so you'll know what the numbers are. 2 slots being for a total of how many slots? Okay. 48 plus 2 is
Oh, I see.
50.
I thought you were
If you place a bet for an even number dot 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 A. What is the probability of success? I'm doing that, I'm putting in success because they may not put in success, they may put winning, but I'm doing it because B, what is the probability of failure? You got to be careful here. That's a trick question. C, what will you win? Oh, I forgot to ask. What are the odds against? And D, what will you win if you place a $200 bet? Now you should be able to do A, B, and C. If you can't do A, B, and C, then you're what? A failure. Yes. Loser, failure, they're interchangeable. Okay? Now, if there's 48 numbers on the wheel, how many are odd or even? 24 are odd or even? We want even. Therefore, 24 over 50 is the probability of success. If 24 are even, (26) are not even, and that's the trick. Can't just say 26 or 20, if 24 are even, 24 are not even, or odd. If you look at odd as the opposite of even on this problem, you will get it wrong. Because the 0 and double 0 are not odd or what? Even. So they are included in the not even. And you have to, now, if there was a 0 and double 0, if there was no 0 and double 0, then you could do odd or even. Okay? And it'd be the same. But since it puts that little, hold on, you need to highlight that because you need to highlight that right there. Because that's what throws the trick into the problem.
If you really look at it, to do though, you can't do 24 over again because it will happen.
Well, it added 50-50 before we were done that.
I'm saying if you pointed, I didn't.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
That makes sense.
So 26 are even, therefore, what is failure? 26 over what? 50. So what are the odds against? 26 over 50 divided by 24 over what? And you multiply by the reciprocal, and what happens to the 50s? That's what's supposed to happen. That's why you leave them as fractions. So our ratio, or our odds against, are 26 to what? 24, which is what? 13 to 12? Now, how do you bet with $200? Well, whatever the odds against, that's just like a fraction. So you take 13 over 12 and multiply it by 200 over 1. Take a calculator and do that. Unless you're going to multiply 11, you could simplify it a little bit. Let's simplify it to 100 right here. That would be a 6. And that would be a 100. So anybody could multiply by 100. It'd be 1,300 over 6. Six will go into 13 2 times. 6 will go into 10 1 time. 6. I think it's going to be 666. So how much did you win? You won 16 bucks. Why'd you win so little money? Why didn't you win like $300 or $400? 200, that's a lot of money. Because the odds are what? They're close. Because the probability is what? 0.5. Basically, the probability is what? What does that mean? High. The probability is high. So, how would we change the problem to make more money.
On the chance.
Well, I'm gonna take my handy dandy cursor, and you're gonna place a bet for zero or double zero. All right, now figure that one. Oops, sorry. I'm gonna have to erase it by hand. There it is. I'll have to erase it by hand. Let's see. No, I'll do this. Copy. Okay. I'm gonna change that again. You're gonna bet for a 0 or double zero. So what's the probability of success? 2 out of 50. What is the probability of failure? So 48 out of 50 over 2 out of 50 is equal to 48 to what? 2, which is 24 to what? Now, take 24 over 1 and multiply by 200 over 1. You win $4,800. Now, why'd you win a lot of money? The probability was what? Low, which makes the odds, it's always the opposite. Las Vegas is not in the what? They're not in the generosity business. That means for every 100 people that bet on the roulette table for 0 and double zero, you got 4 people that might win out of 100 people. And now you understand how the odds work and how the probability works. That's why you got the games that you have in Las Vegas. That's why you don't have simple games that have high probability. That's why you don't have a hearts table. Pick a heart and you win $5,000. That's why. Now who has a question? That's it. That's 11.1 and 11.2. We're done. All you got to do now is take the last test and the final exam. They're already up.
Are you gonna bring self-study tests?
No, those are, I don't have anything to do with those.
Self-study?
The only thing I have to do with is whatever has my name on it, the homework, and whatever says Unit 1 test, Unit 2 test. Y'all got questions? All right, it's been a pleasure. See, this class isn't that hard.